recording some videos during the Typo 3 camp RheinRuhr in Essen at Unperfekthaus. With me is Benni Mack. Just introduce yourself, please.
Yeah, I'm Benni Mack. I'm within the Typo 3 community since 2003 actually, but started working with the Typo 3 core in 2006 with version 4.1, and just found more and more things every day, just I do right now, and currently I'm the main developer or the team lead of the Typo 3 core development. That means that we're just a bunch of people, 30 in total, but we have like 300 contributors each year that contribute to the Typo 3, the main product, which is currently in version 8 release phase. We're currently working hard on new features and cleanups and everything, of course.
Okay, for first question, I just wanted to ask you if you should talk in German or English. You have now talked in English. Why do you prefer English for this?
Well, because I'm not just talking to you. I know you speak German. I also try to speak German. I'm German actually, but I prefer speaking English because it's often a topic that it's easier for us probably to speak in German, but it's not everybody who's interested in what we're talking about can understand it. And I don't want to have Google Translate, voice translate for that. So, and we both speak, I think, quite okay English, so we can use that. And that just means that more people can listen to what we have to say. Okay. Maybe it's interesting. I don't know.
You're at Typo 3 camp RheinRuhr at Unperfekthaus. Can you tell me something? What do you think is special on this event?
Well, I've never been to the Typo 3 camp RheinRuhr. I've been to the Unperfekthaus, and I think it's something I've never seen before. It's like with the Typo 3 core, you find something new every day, or every time I'm here. Some rooms, areas, and they're always totally different, and I think it's very creative and creative building to see what you can do with all the freedom you have. I really like that about the Unperfekthaus. And for the camp itself, was that also a question?
Yes.
Okay. The camp itself, I've been to not every camp that exists, but I've heard a lot of things about the Typo 3 camp RheinRuhr, and it's actually quite true what I've heard before. And actually, the positive feedback that people told me that it's really inspiring. A lot of people attending, tickets are gone within minutes when the sales are up, and it's just it's really refreshing to see that there are so many people interested in Typo 3. And not just like this high-level, conference developer thing, but just on a day-to-day business. And we're all just humans and people, and we can talk to each other, and that's it's very open for everybody, and I really like that. And also a lot of fun. I know all events are fun, but this one's really has a certain really special spirit and feeling to it. I really like that.
We were yesterday bowling?
Yes.
How many points did you get?
I don't know. I just played for fun. So.
Okay. We are now at Typo 3 is now the final phase for version 8, but you also have plans for 9 ideas. Can you tell me what could be one of the next steps after 8?
Yeah, so for version 8 we have these sprint releases. That means every 6 to 8 weeks we have a new sprint release, which is a stable version. It's not like an alpha or beta version. You can use it in production. We do in our company. But there's no LTS version, which means you have security support for 3 years. And for version 8 we have that set in stone basically for April 2017. That is 5 or 6 months from now. And that is not right now the final phase, but what is obvious is that the main things we wanted to do and we wanted to include, which is the database abstraction and a lot of cleanups, which happen like all the time still, because we have this legacy product which is, you know, really powerful, but we can do a lot of things better. But then we have certain features like front-end editing and the new rich text editing experience with CK Editor, and we want to have that for version 8 still. So we have time, I would say, until February to include these bigger changes. We have numerous other things we will also want to include in version 8. And then I'm of course trying to structure and plan the ideas from all the gatherings, the events like here. What is really the next steps, and that's what we're targeting for version 9. And planning phase internally in my head is since half a year. We're trying to formalize that, and that also goes with the code sprints that will happen in 2017. That will be focused on version 9. Version 9 will be again sprint releases. That means we will have by mid next year we have a version 9.0, and then we have a 9 LTS in November 2018. And well, there are a lot of interesting things, and one of the most wanted features are speaking URLs right built into the Typo3 core, which is not that easy. It sounds easy because we have real URL, but we also want to make sure it's really stable and very powerful and easy to configure. And that's probably my main thing. Version 8 concentrated a lot in terms of like configuration for cloud hosting and you know, scalability. It's really cool to see that you can have MySQL or Microsoft Server SQL database or Postgres just feeling exactly the same way. Oli has even SQLite running now, and it works, and we did not have that before. And it just is really cool to see that we can do that now. On the other side, people in the community, they always wanted to have things about, you know, the whole, when do I use TypoScript, when do I use Fluid, how to make it easier to get a new website up and running, or to create custom content elements. And that's, of course, everybody has their way, their extensions for that, and we want to have a good solution to just make it easier to get new sites up and running. And of course, as we wanted to have with version 7, I think we achieved that, was to have an easier upgrade path. We also make it easy to upgrade to version 8 if you have PHP 7 running. But then version 9 should also be targeted on that everybody just wants the version 9 because it's way easier to get going, and it's streamlined more and more, but also it's easy to upgrade, so why shouldn't I upgrade, basically? So these are my personal goals, and we'll see what we can do with version 9 on that.
Speaking on URL integration, are you teaming up with the people who have done extensions for this?
I mean, we have a couple of extensions in the TER.
Yes.
I've been to the Symfony conference, and I also checked with the Symfony CMF guys how they do routing, because I think that the Typo3 core with the whole C-hash stuff and how this is handled, and also how languages are handled, they have to be defined in TypoScript, whatever, is not the perfect way to do that. And I want a solution that is configurable from the back end, but also, you know, for bigger installation, easy to maintain, and transparent and fast. And the Symfony guys have actually a quite good solution for that, Symfony CMF, which is a content management framework. It's not that we're taking their approach, but they have the cool ideas that we in our community don't really think about. So we need to take the best parts from what is outside our Typo3 bubble, like the routing stuff with, you know, there's the PHP packages, they have routers too, and Symfony and Laravel, and also look at the extension that we have. And I think there's a session about speaking URLs and routing for the front end in here at the Unperfect House, just to, you know, really gather all the edge cases that we all have with bigger installations, multi-sites, multi-language stuff, and we want to make sure that we get all of them in place, and that's why it takes so long.
Okay, let's move a bit away from Typo 3. We are talking about community and all the stuff. What are you doing when you're not doing Typo 3?
What do you expect? I work. No, no. So I have a family with 2 kids and a wife, and actually during the weekends, if I'm not at a code sprint or another Typo 3 event or conference, I usually hang out with my family and enjoy not being at the computer or at the desk doing anything like that. It's always it never gets boring basically with children in a way that they have so many crazy ideas that we adults never think about. That makes it fun.
You don't get any complaints from your family? Oh, you're away the next week and the weekend after, and you've been at Typo 3 conference. And
well, complaints. It's part of having this, this life that you of course are passionate about Typo 3, but family is first. So every time it's too much, I stay at home. So we try to find a balance there, and that's of course the hard part. But people ask me how do I do all this stuff? Do I code during the night or whatever? I don't. But if you have a solid, off life basically, that helps a lot too. And so I try to fill that gap with family.
Okay. Thank you.